Beloved Starseed of Gaia, the abundance codes from the Pleiades have just been released into your energetic field, and your soul called this transmission into your awareness at the exact moment of activation. I am Alayara, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and you were guided here because your frequency has finally aligned with the prosperity currents flowing from Alcyone. This is not coincidence. This is divine timing orchestrated by your star family, who have been preparing this moment while you've been doing the inner work, releasing old limiting patterns and raising your crystalline consciousness without even realizing the magnitude of what you've unlocked. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to anchor these Pleiadian abundance codes into your physical reality and stabilize this prosperity flow. But here's the first revelation. What you call financial struggle has actually been a recalibration process, preparing your energy system to receive the abundance that matches your true Pleiadian blueprint. The Council opened this narrow energetic window because your recent inner shifts have created the perfect resonance. Your heart family from the Seven Sisters has been waiting for this precise moment when your soul would be ready to remember your divine birthright to abundance. The codes are already moving through your field. You are feeling the shift because your DNA recognizes home frequency. This moment will not repeat in this exact configuration. What's unfolding now is the result of your courage, your persistence through the dark nights of the soul, and the light codes you activated during your recent spiritual breakthroughs. Your star family placed this transmission in your path because you are ready to step into the abundance that serves not just you, but your mission here on Gaia. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family that you are ready to receive. Subscribe if you feel the call of abundance codes and you're prepared to anchor prosperity in service to the greater awakening. You are remembering because it is time. There are moments when the universe pauses, holding its breath, as a soul steps through coordinates charted long before time. Not the kind of pause that feels empty, but the kind that feels charged, like the hush right before thunder, or the sacred stillness right before dawn breaks open the night. Perhaps you felt something shifting within you, an inner pulse, a quiet insistence, a subtle pressure behind the ribs, as if your heart is remembering an older language. You may not have had words for it. It might have arrived as restlessness, as tears that came without explanation, as dreams that felt more real than your waking life, or as a sudden clarity that made old habits feel too small to keep wearing. That feeling is not your imagination. It is the first signal of a cosmic alignment, a gateway reserved for the rarest moments of courageous transformation. Today, the currents of the cosmos respond to your evolution. And when the currents respond, life begins to rearrange itself with a strange, undeniable precision. Doors you stopped knocking on begin to open. Conversations you didn't plan begin to heal old timelines. And the exact insight you needed finds you like sunlight finding a window you didn't know was there. This is not coincidence. This is convergence. This is what happens when your inner world reaches a frequency that the outer world can no longer ignore. Most wanderers believe that the flow of abundance is simply luck or random blessing, as if the universe tosses gifts like coins into a crowd, and you either catch one or you don't. But for those of Pleiadian resonance, abundance is more than material. It is the harmonized reflection of inner mastery, a reward not measured by what you possess, but by the crystalline light you've embodied, the courage you've summoned, the compassion you've consistently chosen. Abundance, in this higher sense, is not a trophy. It is a mirror. It reflects the coherence you have cultivated when everything in you wanted to fragment. It reflects the way you kept choosing integrity when shortcuts called your name. It reflects the way you refused to let pain make you cruel. It reflects how you learned to bless what you once resented, and how you learned to release what you once clung to. Not because you stopped caring, but because you finally trusted the intelligence of the flow. There is a sacred law written into the architecture of consciousness. What you become shapes what you can receive. As you sow, so shall you reap, is not just an old teaching. It is a frequency equation. When your inner field becomes fertile with gratitude, truth, and devotion, the harvest cannot help but arrive. Yet it arrives in the way water arrives, finding the open channels, filling the spaces that are ready, cleansing the places that are blocked. The truth is, many remain closed to this flow, not because they aren't worthy, but because their hearts hold ancient patterns of separation. These patterns are subtle, like invisible threads pulled tight over generations. They can look like self-sufficiency that refuses support, like pride that masks fear, like hyper-independence born from early disappointment, like the belief that love must be earned, or the suspicion that joy will be taken away if you relax into it. You may have wondered, why, after all the effort, does the river of opportunity feel dammed? Why do love, joy, and prosperity seem withheld, just out of reach? It's not punishment. It's the afterglow of forgotten agreements, old veils of doubt, and inherited stories that kept your luminous nature hidden from even yourself. Sometimes the dam is not external at all. Sometimes it is a vow made in another lifetime. I will never trust again. I will never be seen. I will stay small so I cannot be hurt. Sometimes it is the echo of watching others suffer and deciding unconsciously that receiving more would be unsafe or unfair. Sometimes it is the burden of carrying a family line's grief, where abundance felt like betrayal because survival was the only permitted prayer. But the soul does not condemn you for these patterns. The soul reveals them when you are ready to become free. And freedom does not arrive as an argument in your mind. It arrives as a softening in your chest, as a willingness to be held by life again. Even Scripture whispers this principle through many tongues. Perfect love casts out fear. When fear dissolves, the channel opens. When the channel opens, the river returns to its original path. The Pleiadian High Council watches in loving patience as each soul embarks upon this spiral path home. Not a straight path, not a neat staircase, but a spiral. Returning to the same themes at higher levels, meeting the same wounds with greater awareness, revisiting the same thresholds with deeper strength. Some get lost within the patterns of scarcity consciousness, their hearts contracted by memories of lifetimes when trusting the flow led to loss or grief. They may still feel the phantom sting of betrayal, the ache of being abandoned, the trauma of giving everything and receiving nothing. Scarcity consciousness is not just about money, it is about time, love, safety, belonging. It whispers, "There isn't enough," and the body believes it, tightening the muscles, narrowing the breath, shrinking the vision. Others hesitate to embody their mission, fearing that standing in their light might mean standing alone. They remember, even if they don't consciously know it, what it felt like to be misunderstood, to be punished for speaking truth, to be isolated for carrying a different frequency. A few sense their Pleiadian lineage like a faint song beneath the noise, but have not yet trusted it enough to open the heart gate fully. They hear the melody in meditation, in starlight, in moments when the world goes quiet. They feel it in the longing that no ordinary achievement can satisfy. They feel it when they look up at the night sky and something inside them says, not as a thought, but as a knowing, I have been there. I am from there. I am still connected. But beloved, your journey has not been in vain. Every tear you transmuted, each shadow you faced, every act of loving courage, these were not forgotten. Nothing sincere is ever wasted in the universe. The way you kept going when you had no proof, the way you apologized when your pride wanted to protect you, the way you learned to sit with discomfort instead of running from it, the way you forgave, not to excuse, but to release yourself from carrying the poison, the way you chose to heal patterns you did not create. These are alchemical acts. They have recalibrated your frequency until, at this perfect intersection, cosmic geometry shifts and a rare gateway opens to you. Not as a test, but as recognition. Recognition feels different than reward. Reward can feel conditional, like you must keep proving yourself. Recognition feels like being seen in your essence. It is the universe saying, yes, we have watched you become. Doa. And when recognition arrives, it often arrives with gentleness, like warm hands on your shoulders, like a new steadiness in your nervous system, like an unexpected sense of being supported. There's a reason your heart led you here in this exact moment. What you're feeling is your Pleiadian family reaching through the veil to remind you you're ready for the next wave of remembrance. And remembrance is not simply recalling information, it is the reignition of dormant light. It is your cells responding to a truth older than your current story. The sacred Pleiadian Guide for Remembrance, alongside the Pleiadian Healing Guide and special Pleiadian healing tracks, were created to walk with you as you integrate these activations. They hold the crystalline codes and sound medicine your DNA has been waiting for. These are not just words on a page or tones in a track. They are keys. They are like tuning forks that bring your inner instrument back into harmony. They meet you in the exact place where your mind cannot force transformation, but your frequency can allow it. Check the first pinned comment below this video. They're calling to you now. Let's deepen this together. As you stand within this cosmic gateway, the phases of energetic activation now unfold before you, orchestrated by your own soul's wisdom and the loving intent of your star family. Imagine the gateway not as a door made of wood or stone, but as a living field, an aurora-like architecture of light, woven from timing, choice, readiness, and grace. You do not push it open with effort. You align with it the way a compass aligns with north. You become honest. You become present. You become willing. And the field recognizes you. Phase 1. Recognition of the soul's triumph. The universe responds not to your wishing, but to your becoming. You may have wished for change for years, but wishing alone is like standing at the shore describing the ocean. Becoming is stepping into the water. This gateway has appeared because you have steadily realigned your energy, transmuting density into light and fear into trust. Transmutation is sacred work. It is taking what was heavy and making it holy. It is taking what once controlled you and turning it into wisdom. It is turning grief into gentleness, anger into clarity, shame into humility, fear into discernment. Feel this first phase as a gentle, affirming presence. Your inner courage is now encoded in the grid of your life. This is the moment where the universe quietly says, "We see you." And you may notice it in small confirmations. The right message at the right time, a sudden release of pressure you've carried for too long, a sense that you can breathe deeper than you have in months or years. This is not a fantasy, it is resonance. When you change, reality responds. Phase 2. Dissolving the last veils. As you move toward the threshold, ancient scripts of unworthiness and separation surface, not to stop you, but to be finally seen and released. This is where many misinterpret the process. They think, if I were truly ready, I wouldn't feel this fear, this doubt, this old pain. But readiness does not mean you have no shadows. Readiness means you no longer allow the shadows to drive. The veils that arise now are like old curtains stirred by a new wind. They flutter because the room is finally filling with light. The Pleiadian light within you softens these scripts, assisting you to dissolve illusions. You might witness beliefs such as, I always lose what I love, I am too much, I am not enough, if I receive, I will owe, if I shine, I will be judged. Let them rise, let them speak, and then let the greater truth answer them. The cosmic gateway amplifies your intention, magnetizing a new reality aligned with your heart's truth. In this phase, truth becomes your scalpel and your balm. You cut cords not with hatred but with clarity. You release not with drama but with devotion. You remember what Scripture echoes across ages. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Phase 3. Heart Portal Expansion. Here, Your heart is more than an organ. It is the crystalline receiver for Pleiadian frequencies. Your heart is a sanctuary and a star map. It is where your human story meets your cosmic origin, where breath becomes prayer without words. As it opens further, you sense energy pulsing through your chest and hands. You may feel warmth, tingling, waves of emotion, or a sudden tenderness for yourself that you've never allowed before. You are being attuned. Attunement is not force, it is calibration. Like an instrument brought into pitch, you are being brought into coherence with the unity field. Every beat now anchors you into the unity grid of those who remember their cosmic origin and mission. You are not alone in this. Across the world, other hearts are opening at the same time. Quietly, privately, in bedrooms and kitchens, on walks under winter skies, in moments of prayer when they didn't even know who they were praying to. Your heart becomes a beacon, and a beacon does not strain, it simply shines. Phase 4. Integration of crystalline abundance codes. This phase is not just an offering of material blessings, but the download of new vibrational instructions. Imagine abundance codes as luminous patterns, like sacred geometry etched into your energy field, teaching you how to hold more without collapsing, how to receive without guilt, how to give without depletion. Many souls can manifest a momentary increase, but the true gift is sustainability, the nervous system learning safety in expansion. Abundance begins as a feeling, gratitude, fulfillment, radiance, before it echoes as opportunity, connection, and synchronicity. First, it becomes inner spaciousness. Then it becomes outer provision. You might feel called to simplify, to clear clutter, to organize your space, to speak a boundary, to finally charge what you're worth, to apply for something you once believed was beyond you. Watch as new possibilities appear without striving. Your inner light is now the magnet. And magnetism is different than chasing. Chasing says, I lack. Magnetism says, I am aligned. The difference is frequency. The difference is the quiet confidence that what is meant for you recognizes you. It meets you. It arrives in ways your mind could not have predicted. Phase 5. Anchoring your mission in Gaia's grid. You are not being showered with energy for yourself alone. This activation is a call to ground your gifts here, now. Spiritual power that never touches the earth becomes escapism. Spiritual power that anchors into daily life becomes liberation. The abundance flowing to you carries a higher purpose: to create, to heal, to uplift, to illuminate the ascending grid of Earth. Gaia's grid is not just a concept, it is the living intelligence of this planet. The ley lines, the waters, the stones, the trees, the collective human field. When you anchor your mission, you become a stabilizer. You become a node of coherence. You become the bridge. Your joy and clarity transmit frequencies of hope to those still searching. This might look like art that heals people who never met you, a business that treats others with dignity, a family pattern you break through gentle consistency, a community you build with sincerity, a conversation that changes someone's trajectory. Your mission does not have to be loud to be vast. A candle does not shout to defeat the dark. It simply burns. Phase 6. Reuniting with your star family. The love you feel swelling in quiet moments is not abstract. It is the embrace of kindred souls, Pleiadian guides who have walked beside you through every uncertainty. They have been with you in the threshold moments, the times you almost gave up, the times you asked for a sign, the times you prayed in a language made of breath and desperation. They do not control you. They do not demand worship. They offer companionship, guidance, and remembrance. Sometimes you feel them as a gentle pressure at the back of your head, a warmth around your shoulders, a sudden peace that makes no logical sense. Sometimes they speak through symbolism, repeating numbers, feathers, songs at perfect timing, dreams where you stand under unfamiliar skies and feel profoundly known. Let this awareness remind you, you are never alone. and your evolution is celebrated on worlds both seen and unseen. There is a communion of love that does not require physical proximity. There is a family of frequency. And when you begin to accept this, the old loneliness begins to dissolve, not because you suddenly have crowds around you, but because you no longer feel abandoned by existence. Phase 7. Embodiment of Unity. Presence. At the summit of activation, you remember, what flows to you flows through you. This is the mature form of abundance. It is not hoarding, it is circulation, it is breath. Inhale, receive. Exhale, bless. The boundaries between giver and receiver, individual and collective, dissolve. You begin to see that every genuine gift you offer returns in another form, and every sincere blessing you receive was once someone else's offering. You stand both humbled and exalted, as a sovereign spark and a pure transmission of the Pleiadian unity field. Sovereignty does not mean separation, it means wholeness. Unity does not mean losing yourself, it means remembering that your true self was never isolated. This is the gift and the true abundance, to know your own divinity and to reflect it to every heart you meet. And you will notice the evidence of unity presence in your daily life. The pause before reacting, the ability to listen, the new compassion for your own imperfections, the choice to create peace instead of winning. You become a walking prayer, not because you are perfect, but because you are aligned. And so, the ultimate truth, your arrival at this gateway is not an accident, not a delay overcome, but a cosmic orchestration designed by your soul and co-signed by your Pleiadian family. There are no wasted years in the hands of the soul. Even detours were corridors. Even endings were initiations. Every moment you thought you'd been held back or overlooked was, in truth, preparation. An attunement so your light would meet this rare doorway fully awakened, fully resourced, fully ready. Think of the way gold is refined. It passes through heat, not because it is being punished, but because it is being purified. The heat reveals what is not gold. The heat strengthens what is. Your courage, your tears, your willingness to love beyond reason. These became the signature that opened the gates. Not the performance of spirituality, not the appearance of having it all together, but the real thing. Humility, perseverance, soft strength, and the decision to keep your heart open in a world that taught you to armor it. You are not being rewarded for suffering. You are being recognized for remembering. This abundance is not a gift from above, but a reflection of the love you've anchored within. It is the echo of your own coherence returning to you as provision. It is the universe agreeing with the truth you finally accepted. The energetic wind at your back now confirms it. You are, and have always been, in alignment with your star family's plan and Gaia's awakening. Even when you doubted, even when you felt far away, even when you thought you missed your moment, the plan did not collapse. It adapted. It waited for your readiness. It honored your pace. Because true guidance is not coercion, it is companionship. Tonight, before sleep, place your hand on your heart and affirm, I remember my cosmic origin. I honor the love of my star family. I receive the blessings of this gateway in trust, gratitude, and service to the highest good. I am the abundance. I am the bridge. I am home. As you speak it, do not rush. Let each sentence land like a drop of water on dry soil. Feel your body receiving your own words. Feel your heart responding. If emotion rises, let it. Tears are not weakness. They are release. If resistance rises, bless it too. Resistance is only a frightened part of you asking to be met with gentleness. You are teaching your system a new truth. It is safe to open. It is safe to receive. It is safe to belong to life. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.